The first light was not kind. Long ago, before the sun rose in the sky and the moon cast its silver glow, the world was wrapped in darkness. Not the gentle dark of a quiet night, but a deep, endless shadow where no creature could see, no plant could grow, and no warmth could be found. The people of that time lived in fear, huddled together in caves, whispering stories of a light they had never seen but hoped would one day come. Among them was a young girl named Elara. She was small and quiet, with a mind full of questions. While others accepted the darkness, she wondered why the world had been made this way. Surely, she thought, there must be more than just shadows. One evening, as the village elders told their old tales, Elara heard a whisper in the wind. A voice so soft it could have been her imagination. The first light was not kind, it said. She turned her head, but no one else seemed to hear it. The words lingered in her mind like a riddle waiting to be solved. The next morning she packed a small bag with dried roots and a flask of water. She told no one where she was going. She hardly knew herself, but something deep inside urged her forward. She stepped beyond the safety of the cave, her hands tracing the cold stone walls, until even that guidance faded, and she was truly alone in the dark. For days she walked. Her feet ached, her throat grew dry, and doubt crept into her heart. Had she been foolish to leave? Would she ever find answers? Then, just as she thought she could go no further, she saw it, a faint glow in the distance. Not the warm, golden light of fire, but something stranger, colder, like the edge of a blade catching the moonlight. She followed it, her pulse quickening. The glow led her to a cave unlike any she had seen before. Its walls were smooth, as if carved by something far older than human hands. And at its center stood a single, slender pillar of stone, and upon it rested light, not fire, not a torch. Pura, unfiltered light, swirling like liquid in a bowl of pale crystal. Elara reached out, her fingers trembling. The moment she touched it, the light moved. It coiled around her wrist, searing her skin with cold fire. She gasped, trying to pull away, but it clung to her, whispering in a voice that was not a voice. "Dirty, first light was not kind," it said again. And then, in a rush, she Long before the world knew darkness, there had been light, but it was not gentle. It was hungry. It burned forests before they could grow, dried rivers before they could flow, and blinded the first creatures who dared open their eyes. The earth had been a barren place under its gaze, and so the ancient ones, those who came before humans, had captured it, locked it away deep in the earth where it could do no harm. But light cannot be caged forever. Elara stumbled back, her wrist burning where the light had touched her. The cave trembled. Cracks spread across the pillar, and with a sound like breaking glass, the light shattered free. It rushed upward, tearing through stone and soil, bursting into the sky in a great pillar of white fire. Far away in their caves, the people cried out as the world was bathed in sudden, searing brightness. They covered their eyes, wept at the pain, but slowly, they adjusted. The light softened, the burning faded, and for the first time they saw the world as it truly was, the jagged mountains, the endless plains, their own hands before their faces. But Elara knew the truth. The light was not their friend. It had been imprisoned for a reason, and now that it was free, it would remember its old ways. She looked down at her wrist. The mark there pulsed like a second heartbeat. The light had touched her. It had claimed her. And though she did not yet understand what that meant, she knew one thing with certainty. The first light was not kind, and it would not be the last. A wind howls outside your window tonight, listener. But perhaps, if you look closely, you might see a flicker of something older than the stars. Something that watches, something that remembers. Allez sleep well, well. Han uppfyllseliden. Nisiron peramai. Never becomes only toko. Hasadia she's is a fawn.